Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today is a beautiful day, but honestly, I am operating on zero sleep because my brain is just running a marathon over the latest Port Charles development. We have so much to unpack today, so grab your coffee and let's dive right into the madness. The fluorescent lights of the General Hospital office flickered, casting long, sharp shadows across the room as the air grew thick with unspoken threats. Two men stood face to face, locked in a suffocating standoff that signaled a seismic shift in momentum for the entire canvas. On one side, a seasoned, ruthless WSB spy master holding all the cards. On the other, a brilliant, arrogant new surgeon harboring deadly secrets behind his easy smile. The impossible choices now facing everyone caught in this explosive crossfire are guaranteed to leave a trail of absolute devastation. I cannot even believe they just did. I am literally sitting here typing furiously at 2 a.m. because I need to get this out of my system before my head explodes. Did we all just watch the same episode? Tristan Roberts is WSB. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Tristan is freaking WSB. I am losing my mind over this revelation because it changes absolutely everything we thought we knew about this. React first, explain later, right? But seriously, my jaw is still on the floor. We all knew he was hiding something, but to have it confirmed this early and in such a tense, dramatic way, it is pure soap perfection and I am here for it. But I am also completely terrified for half the canvas. Because let's rewind a bit and look at how this guy even got to town. We first saw Tristan on that incredibly tense, claustrophobic plane ride bringing Jason back to Port Charles. Jason was in such rough shape, practically a shell of the man we used to know after enduring that horrific WSB black site. He was suffering from severe PTSD, having nightmares right there in his seat. And sitting right next to him is this easy-on-the-eyes Aussie, casually reading a Port Charles guidebook like he is on a holiday. The contrast was insane. Jason didn't show much love for Tristan, but he didn't seem to have outright animosity either, which is huge for Jason. It was made clear they would part ways once they landed, and that Tristan was accompanying Jason for the WSB. But we thought that was just an escort job. We didn't realize he was embedding himself into the town. So then Tristan shows up at Bobby's, and this is where I just started screaming at my television. He rented Britt Westbourne's old room. Carly literally changed the locks and rented the room out from under Britt while she was dealing with the torture of the Tortolo arrest and the saline syringe night. Britt comes back to Port Charles, homeless, broke, and completely shattered, only to find this smug, gorgeous stranger living in her space. Britt read him the riot act, and honestly, good for her. I have been watching since 2015, and Britt has suffered enough. She has been gaslit, poisoned, and now ghosted by Jason, of all people. She deserved to yell at someone, and Tristan was the perfect target. But wait, it gets so much worse. Or better, depending on how much you love drama. Because Britt and all of us fans were absolutely gobsmacked when Tristan later turned up at General Hospital, he isn't just some random tourist. He is the new cardiac surgeon at GH. Leave it to the Britch to get off on the absolute wrong foot with the newest, hottest doctor on staff. The look on her face when she realized she was going to have to work with the guy who stole her bedroom was priceless. The chemistry between them is already crackling with that classic enemies to lovers trope energy, and I know a lot of fans are already shipping them hard. I know some people are loving this dynamic, but personally, I am terrified for Britt. Because she is walking right into a trap. And that brings us to the scene that literally prompted this late night rant. Jack Brennan cornering Tristan in that hospital office. The tension was off the charts. Jack wasn't just checking in, he was laying down the law. He made it crystal clear that Tristan is WSB, which exponentially complicates our view of the noob. Is Tristan friend or foe? Is he here to protect the citizens of PC, or is he a hostile actor sent to clean up Ross Cullum's mess? And Tristan's reaction? He was not pleased. He pushed back against Jack's pressure, insisting with this icy glare that he will give his reports when there is something to report. What kind of operative talks to the head of the WSB field office? It was incredibly arrogant, and it told us so much about who Tristan really is. He isn't just some low-level grunt taking orders. He has power. He has an agenda. And he's not intimidated by Jack Brennan. Which brings me to a massive theory that is floating around the fandom right now. Is Tristan the new Cassius Faison? Remember when they tried this with Cassius posing as Nathan West? Yeah. Didn't work out so well for anyone involved. Cassius was a hostile WSB actor who completely infiltrated the town, deceived Liesel, broke James's heart, and left a trail of destruction before vanishing to work for Z. If Tristan is a hostile WSB agent, he might have been sent specifically to take Cassius's place now that Cassius's cover is blown. The WSB always needs a mole inside the hospital. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up. Because there was something else in that interaction between Jack and Tristan that has my brain spinning in a completely different direction. It wasn't just a boss and an employee arguing. There was a familiarity there. A weird, tense, almost paternal vibe. Jack wasn't his usual hard-boiled, ruthless WSB self. He seemed genuinely interested in Tristan. Almost protective, but in a twisted, controlling way. Could it be that Tristan Roberts is Jack Brennan's SON? Am I the only one who sees this? Look at the facts. The arrogance, the dark hair, the sharp features, the absolute refusal to back down from a fight. They share this intense, magnetic energy. If Tristan is Brennan's kid, it explains exactly why he feels so comfortable mouthing off to a superior officer. It explains the nepotism of getting such a high-profile assignment right out of the gate. I mean, think about Jack Brennan's history. He is a master manipulator. He has been pulling strings all over Port Charles, blackmailing Willow, romancing Nina, and playing games with Carly. Having a secret son embedded in the hospital gives him eyes and ears on everyone. It gives him access to medical records, to Jason's recovery, to everything. It is the ultimate spy move. But if Tristan is his son, why the hostility? Why did Tristan look so annoyed to be cornered? Maybe they are estranged. Maybe Tristan hates his father's dirty work, but got roped into the WSB anyway. Or maybe Tristan is actually a double agent, working against Brennan from the inside. I am literally contradicting myself here because there are so many possibilities, and I am figuring out my thoughts as I type. But that is what makes this storyline so incredibly good. Let's think about what this means for the rest of the canvas. If Tristan is Brennan's son, and he ends up falling for Britt Westbourne, oh my god. The drama. Britt is already at her breaking. She was gaslit with saline placebos, arrested in Tortola, and now Jason has returned, only to completely ghost her because he's traumatized and focusing on Danny. Britt violently slapped Jason in the face at GH because she was so hurt. She is vulnerable. She is angry. She is prime real estate for a charming, secretive doctor to swoop in. Remember when they tried this kind of secret WSB kid plot with Peter August? Yeah, didn't work then either because Peter was insufferable. But Tristan is actually charismatic. He is easy on the eyes, he has that accent, and he holds his own in a scene. If he is manipulating Britt for the WSB, it is going to destroy her. She just got over the horror of the Cassius deception. To find out her new love interest is another WSB plant, it would break her permanently. And what about Jason? Jason sat next to this guy on the plane. Jason is dealing with severe PTSD from that black site in Jakarta. He officially quit the mob. He told Sonny he's done. He's trying to be a father to Danny. But the WSB is not going to just let him walk away. Z made a deal with Jocelyn to free Jason, but we all know the WSB never truly lets anyone. Tristan is right there at the hospital, watching Jason. I'll give reports when there's something to report. Is Jason the target? Or is the target someone else entirely? Jen Sidwell is still a massive threat, holding Lucas at gunpoint and harassing Willow. Ross Cullum is dead, but the Cold Fusion Project mess is still out there. Tristan could be tasked with cleaning up the entire Port Charles WSB operation. If he is a hostile actor, no one is safe. Not Britt, not Jason, not even Jack Brennan if Tristan decides to go rogue. I know some people are loving the idea of Tristan and Britt just being a normal, happy couple. And part of me wants that for her. I really do. But this is General Hospital. Happy couples don't exist without massive, earth-shattering secrets. Tristan, being a cipher inside a riddle surrounded by mystery, is the exact kind of storytelling that keeps... We are peeling back the layers of this onion, and every layer just makes me cry more. So, what is the ultimate truth? Is Tristan the new Cassius? Is he Jack Brennan's secret offspring? Is he a friend or a foe? I am leaning heavily toward foe, but a foe who ends up getting in too deep and falling in love with his... It's a classic trope, but when it's executed with actors who have this much chemistry, you just can't look away. I am going to be glued to my screen for the rest of the summer sweeps to see how this plays out. The writers have set up a powder keg here. Between Anna hallucinating Peter August and targeting Britt, Jason ghosting her, and now Tristan embedding himself in her life, Britt is the epicenter of a massive explosion. And Tristan Roberts is the match that is going to light the fuse. I am terrified, I am excited, and I am desperately needing the next episode right now. Who is Tristan really working for, and will this destroy Britt? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep the conversation going.